That was a really tough game for the Fever tonight. I thought they fought all night long. Definitely a better effort than Wednesday. I know they had some tough foul calls as well. But overall, I thought the effort, the energy on defense, and just the ability to stay mentally engaged was very important and shows that they can build off this game. They were down 48-35 in the third quarter. At that point, I think Caitlin Clark still had 0 points in the game. She had her 6 assists. She also had foul trouble in the first half. She was up to 3 fouls by the end of the first half, and she didn't score at all. So at that point, you're down 48-35, and you've already lost the Aces on Wednesday. You might have thought, you know what? We're just going to give up and call it a night. But the Fever, they came back. They got it to 60-57 by the third quarter. And you're thinking, okay, the Fever got a chance in the fourth. Caitlin Clark had 9 points in the third quarter. She had 9 points in the fourth quarter. I thought she was really good down the stretch. I know she had that 3-point shot that she missed, and then Kelsey Plum made her three that made it 75-70. I thought that Caitlin Clark should at least drove to the hole instead of settling for a three, because the previous possession she was driving, drawing free throws, getting assists, or getting layups. I just thought she might have settled in that moment. I think there was like a minute and a half left in the game. But when you're the star player, you got to take your shots, and it just didn't go in for Caitlin Clark. To be honest, this game was lost at the free throw line. When you shoot 11 of 20, you're not going to win a lot of basketball games. And in that fourth quarter, they had an opportunity to get the game within a one-possession game. It was like 5 or 6 points, and every time they got to the line, they either missed both free throws or made one of two. Nalissa Smith was 1 of 4. Even Kelsey Mitchell missed a free throw. Those are critical points, because if you get the game within either 3 points or 4 points, you put pressure on the Aces to go out and score again. But the problem is you kept it between 6 to 7 points, and the Aces had some breathing room. Even though they were missing their shots, they were like, okay, let's just go play defense and keep putting the pressure on the Fever to get back in the game. And just looking at tonight's game, I thought Chelsea Gray was the best player on the basketball court. 21 points, 6 assists. Of course, Kelsey Plum hit some huge shots. She was a plus 17. That three to put him up 75-70 pretty much iced the game. And then down here, Kelsey Mitchell was solid. I know she had some moments where she was playing hero ball, but when you don't have a backup point guard in there, it's going to hurt them. I don't understand why the Fever haven't get enough playing time to Grace Berger, especially when you draft her 7th in the first round last year. She's played 36 games last year, and she's only played 10 games this year. That's poor coaching and poor player development. I understand Erica Wheeler and Christy Wallace get paid more, but at the same time, she was drafted in the first round 7th, so she's a top 10 draft pick. You have to prioritize that situation where she needs playing time next to Caitlin Clark, next to Leah Boston, and next to Kelsey Mitchell. But if you don't give her any minutes, then she doesn't have confidence, and now you've ruined her rhythm, and now she's out of the rotation because of the coaching decisions. But Nalissa Smith, 3 points. She doesn't need to be playing down the stretch. She doesn't contribute enough. She's inconsistent. They need to put Fag Bentley in there more often, because I like her energy on defense. She can challenge shots at the rim. She should be getting at least 20 minutes, and Nalissa Smith needs to get down to 10 to 15. Dantas is really good tonight. She's a bucket getter. She can shoot the ball. And when she's on, she's really good out there. And of course, let's just talk about Caitlin Clark, because she broke the record for most assists in the WNBA season as a rookie. I'm sure Thomas won't be happy for the Connecticut Suns, but again, Caitlin Clark is just that good. I thought it was really impressive, especially for her mentality when she was in foul trouble in the first half. She comes down the second half. She had 0 points. She gets 9 to 39 in the fourth. She finishes with 9 assists, but those 8 rebounds, I'm really impressed with. I know she had her 6 turnovers, but in the offseason, when she has time to work on her dribbling, her strength, and work on that mid-range game and finish at the rim better, Caitlin Clark is going to be unstoppable. We think she's good now. Wait till she has an entire offseason to work on her game. That's not a knock on Caitlin Clark. Every rookie has weaknesses. So when she gets in the lab and gets a chance to work on things, her sophomore season is going to be really special. I'm predicting Caitlin Clark is going to average like 30 and 12 next year. She's going to be a major, major problem. And for Lexi Hall, I thought she was solid. She does her job. She goes out there and plays defense. It does whatever the team needs from her. I know she didn't make a 3 tonight, but again, Lexi Hall is an important part of this roster. And there's no shame in the Fever losing these games against the Aces. They're a young team. They're going to go through the mud. They're going to have some tough losses. And when they get to the playoffs, if they lose in the first round, no shame whatsoever. They've had a great regular season. They've turned things around after starting 1-8. They're at 500. They've been fantastic. So for me, when it comes down to Chrissy Sides and Lynn Dunn, figure things out. What do you want to do with Christy Wallace? What are you going to do with Grace Berger? Because you drafted her as a 7th pick in the first round last year. She needs more playing time, or you need to move her. It's really that simple. There's been some questionable decisions with Lynn Dunn. There's been some questionable decisions with Chrissy Sides. Figure things out. When you look at this regular season, the Fever have exceeded all expectations. To get in a position to make the playoffs is a huge W. But at the end of the day, Caitlin Clark continues to break records, and I love her mentality tonight. She showed a lot of mental toughness. She could have just given up and been totally flustered, especially when the game is 48-35. She got engaged, and credit to her because Caitlin Clark is going to get better, and the Fever will learn a lot from this game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the Fever and Aces game. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.